into Africa. Once again, my name is Mrs. Augustina Anyanwu. And as usual, help me welcome my friend, Mrs.
Glory Ezemma. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to our sweet home, Africa. It's always a pleasure to have you. All right, so we'll continue on our series on how to rebuild Africa. We have talked and talked and talked and talked. So now it's time for action. So our topic today is putting our preachings into practice. I'll repeat our topic. Putting our preachings into practice. All right, so the preachers have preached a lot. The teachers have taught a lot. And even the motivational speakers have spoken a lot. We've received a lot of advice, including us, that are talking every week and advising on things that we have to do to rebuild Africa. Yeah. But okay, so how do we put all these preachings into practice? So that's why my friend and I, we're here again today to give a little insight on what we can do and offer some advice that we think that might help us. We have a lot to do in Africa, but I'm very optimistic that we will get it, because they say the journey of many miles start with 1 mile. And they said that it takes time to build a city. So it's not something that can happen overnight. So, but we have to start somewhere. We can't look at where we're going and then it will retard our growth like it would take a long time. Because sometimes when you talk to a lot of Africans, they said, oh my God, there's so much to do in Africa. You know, we don't know where to start. You have to start somewhere. Yes. And little by little you will get there. Because when you look at all the cities in the Western world, of course they all look beautiful. But when you read their history, it took them time to get where they are now. So, without much ado, once again, let me ask my friend to give us advice on what we have to do in terms of rebuilding Africa and how to put all our preachings into practice. So, my dear friend. My dear. Okay, here we go again. I know we have a lot of listeners that are waiting for the advice that we'll offer. So what do you think we should do? Because when I say preaching, I know a lot of people will be thinking about pastors only. No, it's not just the pastors. A lot of people have, even from the time that we were small, we have had so many advice about Africa. People are still saying what needs to be done. But when are we going to put all these things into practice, and how?
My dear, that's I can't say it's a tough question or a tough thing to do, because I know we are capable. Because we are hardworking, and so long as we can put our body, mind, and soul in it, I know it will be a little bit easier to do than a whole lot of us thought. Like you said, a journey of many miles. You understand? So, but now, to me, I think every hand has to be on deck. Whether you're a pastor, whether you're a clergy, whether you are a politician, whether you're just an ordinary citizen like me and you, we all need to come and do our parts. Doing our parts, first of all, we have to stop criticizing, because that's how it goes. If you cannot do it, do not discourage somebody.
That's true.
Who want to do something, because that thing is killing. The criticizing and the discouragement, it have been from old. Remember Nehemiah in the Bible? When he want to go and rebuild Israel, yeah, there are people that discourage him. So I think we still have the Tobias and Tumblers and the Tobias. We still have Sambalat and Tobias. Those that want to give you bad advice. But remember, even in the heavenly race is, you know, everybody got to answer for themselves. That's true. If God laid it upon you, if you have it in your mind to do something that you know that can help to push, even in your compound, to push it up, because that charity begins at home. That's where we start. You want to build a mansion, you want to build a tower, you got to start laying block by block. That's how it's going to do. We got to start taking a baby step. We got to stop discouraging other people. Because I have had a lot of people say, oh, go back to that country. Yes. That's a country where, to me, I think there is more peace if we all work together. We have to bring that resources. Whatever you know that is your God-given talent. If you know that you can be a bricklayer, be a bricklayer. You got to help to build all those mansions, all those towers you see outside the country. If you know that you are somebody, your job is to encourage, your job is to draw them out. What do you call them? You always talk about
the
engineers. So if you're an architect, if you're an engineer, if you know your know-how, bring it. Once you come out, as God created you, whatever talent you have, whatever educational know-how you get, bring it. Nigerians are talented. Nigerians have the knowledge. They have the capability. They have people that are educated. They have surgeons, even in the hospital.
Exactly.
We talk about coming abroad to go to hospital. Do you know how much it costs you to go over there? That's the money wasted. That's the money out. I know it's your health. Don't misunderstand me. But if you use it, we can build a hospital. And then one quality hospital. Instead of people going out, going to India, come on, going to London, going anywhere for health care, then we come to that hospital. What can you give Nigeria? What can you give Africa? What can you offer? Not what you can take now, because I think we have gotten a lot from that nation, from the continent. It's now for us to start, little by little, start rebuilding. I know politicians, they promise, some of them promise, and it's hard for you to accomplish everything because you don't even know where you're going. You're promising heaven and earth. When you get there, the story is a different thing. But you got to start somewhere. People with money, the philanthropists, they have to come now and show us not only having, you can have 10 cars if you can afford it, but at least have it in your mind to do something for the nation, to do something even in your village, because that's where we have to start. Because a lot of people want to do it, they don't know how to start. So I will take it back over to my friend to tell us, let's say now I want to do something. How do I start to help to rebuild?
Thank you so much. You know, I always love your advice. All right, before I answer your question, there's something very important that you brought up that I need to elaborate a little bit.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
You said that a lot of people discourage.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have a lot of people.
And I think that's what has been great hindrance in terms of progress in Africa, which I have understood. Because sometimes when somebody wants to do something, another person will tell them, you know, tell him or her, where are you going? What do you know? They will kill you. They will do this. They will do this. But don't forget that we had Martin Luther. We have people that stood for others, and that's why the changes came to this. I mean, the Western world, especially where. Let me just use America. There's so many people that came out as activists, and they brought changes. So in Africa, many of us are just afraid to come out to make changes. But my question is this: if you are discouraging what others are doing, then what are you contributing? Because if you feel that they're not doing well, especially the politicians, I know we all criticize the politicians, which is true, but at the same time, if you feel that they're not doing well, and you refuse to come out as a good citizen, because that's something that you pointed out, you said every citizen is supposed to contribute in terms of rebuilding Africa. So if you feel that you have the knowledge, you have the power, you have the money, to make the changes, and you're not coming out, but you're staying behind and you're criticizing what others are doing, what good is it? Because how can you make changes when you're far away? So if you feel that the ones that are in the political arena are not doing what they're supposed to do, and you have the have the know-how, so come out and then bring it out so that you can make those changes. Because you can't criticize the ones that are doing it, and then you are behind, you're not even bringing your own ideas so that it can be done differently. Because what they're doing is what they know how to do. Even the ones that are eating money, and then in terms of bribery and corruption, they're criminals, and that's what they know how to do. So if you're a good citizen, and you think you can do better, step out, and come and make the changes that we're waiting for.
And show other people.
Exactly.
Sometimes we have to copy.
That's true.
We want to see you start. Somebody got to start.
That's true. Yeah. So in terms of rebuilding, I know, like we said, it will take time, but you have to start somewhere. You can even start in your village. I mean, there's so many things. I'll just give you an example. Some places have like small clinics, or you know, hospitals or schools. You can, even if you have $100 or wherever you are, depending on the currency, if you're in Britain or in Canada, depending on the currency, especially when we have like all these organizations, you don't have to wait until you get like $10,000, $10 million or something to make a difference. If you have $100, you can even take a gallon of paint, go to your local school, and then help repaint the school.
Even a classroom. You don't even need to do the whole school.
Exactly.
It can be overwhelming.
And
by the time you finish painting one, you will see another person that say, can I buy paint and give you? I don't know how to paint. Can I contribute paint or can I contribute brush? That's how it goes. Even here, they do it that way.
That's true. And then you go to the local schools. You can even look at the floor because most of them, I mean, we went to school there. We know how the schools look and we always visit Africa. You can see that some of the classrooms have potholes. We see them on TV. And then people all over the world are coming to donate in Africa to rebuild those things. But we are Africans. So you can take $100 from your pocket if you can afford it. Go to your school, go to your village. And then you can even bring the painter by yourself if you're afraid that the money will not get to the right place. Get a painter, get a gallon of paint. They will paint the classrooms, or they can even do the floor.
Over again.
Exactly. Yes. It could take just like a bag of cement to make those changes. So little by little like this, everybody can start in their community.
And then go on organizations too. We have too many organizations.
I know, there's something about organizations that I'm glad that you brought it up. The main thing that I realize with organizations is that sometimes when they have like a lot of money, they start arguing where the project is going to be. Is it going to be in this state? Is it going to be in this state? It does not matter what you can do. Let's say if you have people from 4 different states that came together to form an organization, then you can start from one state, do one project in one state, do another project in another state, do another project in another state. I mean, like we said, we have so much to do. We don't have time to start arguing. The more we argue and overanalyze, the more we waste time.
We get paralyzed, then we won't move on.
Exactly. So let's start somewhere, little by little, and then it takes us back to the pastors and the men and women of God, with religious denominations. And because when we said we have to put what we're preaching into practice, it involves everyone, wherever you are. If you're a teacher and you're teaching things, you have to live that lifestyle. Don't say things and then live the opposite way. If you're a preacher, we know what is said in the Bible in terms of sowing seeds and everything, but that one is another topic that we'll address.
For next time.
Exactly. So go into the Bible. I remember, the Bible tells you to take care of the poor among you. So, exactly, the poor and the widows. So practice those things. Do not exploit them, because when you exploit them, that means you're not practicing what you're preaching. So all of us as citizens, not just the government, wherever we are, in our villages, in our communities, we have to, practice everything. Make it exactly. Because everyone is looking at the government. Like I said, we are the government. So if we start changing gradually, our government will equally change. Yes. Yeah. All right. So my dear friend,
what I'm saying is that we have been, like you stated earlier, we heard about changing, making a difference. Nigeria is bad. But I know Africa is bad. We're starving, there's no food, there is a tribal war. It's left for Africans to fix Africans.
Thank you.
Because I know about some people over here, they buy chairs for school. Come on, we have carpenters. So we have people that can even donate that for the children in the school. We have states that pay school fees. Why are we paying school fees? I thought we have oil. I think that tuition should be like, everybody go to school, it should be free, so that we can be educated and be like the Westerners, instead of everybody running out, because that's why we don't want to rebuild our place. We don't want to make it better, but we like what they have. We like their good roads.
Exactly.
We like every luxury they have, beautiful homes. We Africans are so blessed in the sense that we have places tourists can even come, and that can yield money. We can use it. If we take the money that we can utilize in all those things, let's say the traffic lights. So when you are talking about getting money to fix the road, traffic light could yield that. I took a bus from Owerri to Lagos or back and forth like that. You see people there collecting money in hand. There is, to me, there's no accountability. Why do you have somebody to stand on the street collecting money, whatever they pour in, yellow fever, anything?
Oh, that one actually will address that. That's a long
because
topic,
that's part of rebuilding. Because you got to use that money to fix the roads instead of people running inside the bush, has to come out. Everybody in
And
the
the
car is
potholes.
shaking
Exactly.
because they're trying to avoid the potholes. Eventually, what happens? Accident. Everybody, all hands have to be on deck. If you are in any position again, do not call the people that put you a fool. Work as honestly as you can and make sure that you're being productive. If you are dormant and not being productive in your job, that means you're not helping Africa grow. That means you're not helping us to move forward. That means you're not helping us to rebuild. Whatever, that productivity is what we need in any position, in any capacity of work, wherever you are, so that we can use it to put back, to establish more things, to fix the ones we need to fix, and to redo things so that we can modernize like other people outside, other countries, other states. That's the way I look at it. I don't know what else you have for them.
My dear friend, you have said it all. I mean, we've said it all. They said a word is enough for the wise. So, Africans, our point is this. We have blamed everyone. We
But
like to
ourselves.
displace exactly but ourselves. We blame the government. We blame everyone. But search within you and say, what am I doing wrong myself? And what can I do to make things better? Let's not stop, let's stop pointing fingers at someone else. Always this person, always this person. It could be you that we're waiting to rebuild Africa. So that's our point. So search in your conscience and see what you can do. Don't think it's this person, but it could be you that is that Moses that will lead us to the promised land.
Right.
So that's our topic today. We'll continue on this series. I know it's a very broad series.
Yes.
So we'll keep on going and address other issues as they come along. So thank you so much for watching us. And everyone that have commented, we thank you so much. I know some of you, we have not replied to your beautiful comments, but eventually we'll get to it. So watch us again next week at our Sweet Home Africa. Thank you so much.
Thank you and God bless you and keep on encouraging us. Your beautiful words and comments have been appreciated each and every moment. Thank you and God bless you.